Hey everyone, I'm Alison. Today we'll be looking at the properties of water, but because water has so many properties, as you can see, we'll be breaking it down into different videos, and today we'll be looking at cohesion, adhesion, and surface tension. So, cohesion is the attraction between the same type of molecule. So, as we've seen before, water has a partially positively pole and a partially negative pole. And these partial charges are what attract one water molecule to another, forming hydrogen bonds. And these bonds are what causes water molecules to want to stick together, and we call this cohesion. And in biology, it's incredibly important. For example, trees are able to transport water from their roots up to their leaves through cohesion of water. They do so through small, thin tubes called xylems found in the stem or the trunk of the tree. And as water goes through a process called transpiration, water molecules are lost through the leaves. And as they are pulled out of the leaves, and as they move out of the leaf, they pull other water molecules up through the xylems because of these willingness to stick together. Cohesion is different from adhesion, and adhesion is the attraction between two different types of molecules. So water is able to stick to other molecules as well, not just simply water. But they have to be polar or charged in order for water to have affinity with it. So for example, glass. If you pour water in a glass test tube, you'll see a meniscus forming, which is a curvature of the water line. And this is because glass is made up of silica and oxygen. Oxygen is negatively charged and is attracted to hydrogen, the partially positive hydrogen in water, and it causes water to stick to the glass. There are two different types of meniscus. A concave, they can be either concave or convex, and the shape of the meniscus depends on its attraction to either the air within the test tube or what the test tube is made of. And they're able to form this, and this has to do with something called surface tension. Surface tension occurs when water molecules are in contact with other molecules like air, to which they don't have great affinity to. And so instead of trying to interact with them, they want to stick more with the water molecules, and they're pulled inwards by the affinity to water. This causes water molecules to come closer together and for the hydrogen bonds to become even stronger between them. And this creates a tension on the very top layer of water molecules that is so strong that is able to hold up the weight of even small insects. And it's this surface tension that causes the formation of meniscus. So for example, in the previous example that we looked at, water has a greater affinity to glass than to the air inside it. So it will try and avoid air at all costs and stick to the glass instead, or to the water molecules present. But if we were looking at a different liquid, like mercury, it doesn't have a great affinity to the glass test tube at all. So in order to try to avoid the test tube, it will start stacking up on itself using the surface tension to avoid interacting with the glass. And this is what causes a convex meniscus unlike a concave meniscus. I hope this was helpful, and I will see you next time to look at the other properties of water. Thank you for watching.